All right, this is free chat or freedom chat. And I have Tony from Pennsylvania. I have Tony from Richmond. And I have Jeff from Pennsylvania. And I, of course, am Dan from Pennsylvania. So maybe we should have called it Pennsylvania free chat. But anyway, we are now live. So, Jeff, what do you know about that referendum out in Italy?
The only thing I was able to find out about the whole referendum, they wanted to make a bunch of changes to their constitution, and basically, from what I understand, it was going to put them more in bed with the EU, lessen the power of the parliament in Italy, and from what I can see, it's either going to go down by 10 to 20%. It's right now, I saw 56 to 44 no. So it's going to go down in flames no matter what. It's not going to pass. The prime minister of Italy is going to resign. He's calling it quits because he is so embarrassed by getting destroyed in the polls. Another interesting thing tonight was going on. Austria is holding an election for their prime minister, and the media is calling him a far-right guy. Has won, and it's another huge defeat for the EU. So the EU is taking a huge hit tonight. The euro is taking a dive in trading already tonight over there. So it's going to be interesting. The EU's in some very big trouble between Brexit and these next two votes. There's some problems with the EU.
I was looking at a article on Sputnik News that was saying a no vote would lead to serious troubles for Italian banks and the European financial system in general. Well,
I went online and was checking the euro, and it did drop off. It's dropped about 20 cents, I think, against the dollar. So their banking system is taking a hit tonight. Again, after Brexit, their banking system took a huge hit, and then within a couple of days, it took off. And the British system their economy is just taken off since they voted to leave the EU. So we'll see what happens in Italy. I think there's a lot of the sky is falling going on over there, and they're just trying to create a big issue, but we'll see where it goes. But the EU is definitely, I don't know if it'll last a year. I think there's a lot of movement to leave. There's a lot of stuff going on in Germany. There's a lot of unrest in Germany with Merkel. I think the EU is probably on its last legs, probably in a year.
Now, do you know, did Italy completely adopt the euro as their currency? Because I know like Britain, they didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Britain didn't, but I think maybe they did, but I don't know. So I'm not going to even. I don't want to say yes or no on that one.
I was going to say, my understanding was Britain had the sterling pound, but they also recognized the euro.
Yeah, they kept the sterling pound.
And I think they were about the only one that did, but I don't know for sure, so you can't quote me on that.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing that was going on in the news today that I was posting all evening on was this whole Jill Stein thing. Did you ever see anything more on that? I mean, as far as other one I was posting that now she's going to go and sue in federal court. Imagine that. She lost in the state court. From what I saw, what I was reading, she needed $1 million to bond the recount. She couldn't get the $1 million. She missed the deadline in PA, and so the court said, "No, too bad, you missed the deadline." And then so she just let it go because there was supposed to be another hearing on Monday, and they filed and said that they're not going to come into court. So as far as the Pennsylvania courts are concerned, it's over. She has no more that she can do in the state of Pennsylvania. So where do you go after that? Yep, federal court.
Got to go to feds, you know? Feds rule the world.
So, I don't know. We're going to see. Like I said, there's all kinds of different news stories out there. You go on there now, there's 5 different versions of what's happening. But I have 2 or 3 sources now. Yahoo News, I think that last one I just did was USA Today. They're all saying that she's going to federal court, and we know what the federal court does all the time. They'll probably back her up. They'll say Pennsylvania their laws don't matter. We're supreme, you know. Go figure.
But okay, the Electoral College they meet on the 12th, right?
The 19th, I think.
Okay, so she's actually got time to get it in front of a federal judge then.
What was that, Tony? I think
the 19th is the final vote, as far as I understand.
Yeah, that's what I was pretty sure it was the 19th. I was also reading an article about Wisconsin. Wisconsin's probably about a third of the way through their recount in 3 days. So here we are now, the 3rd or 4th? So they'll be done with their recount before the 19th. So they're certified. And as of 1/3, there was 100. Donald Trump had 138 new votes, and Hillary Clinton had 124 new votes. So the net gain for Trump is he gained 12 votes. Where there's no way they're going to overturn it. It's going to stand in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, unless the federal courts do something crazy, which they probably will. Trump's going to win there. It's already been certified. They missed the deadline. They really have no standing by Pennsylvania law. I don't know how. There's no way the federal court can rule in their favor. Okay. Yeah, I just said that. All right. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Wisconsin's a no-go. So there's no way that Hillary Clinton can stop this at this point. There's just no route.
No, because she would literally have to take all 3 of them. I don't even think she could win them.
No, even Pennsylvania is done. If Pennsylvania was out of the picture, she's done. Donald Trump has over 270 with Pennsylvania. Because without the 3, excuse me, without the 3, I think he ends up like the 263. With Pennsylvania, he's in the 280s. It's a done deal. I mean, he's president of the United States. Without those 2, without Wisconsin, they can hold out Wisconsin and they can hold out Michigan, and he still crosses the finish line because of Pennsylvania. Now if they could somehow get Pennsylvania out of it, then there's a problem.
But she would have to take all 3 of those, right?
She needs Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but Pennsylvania just keeps him from getting to 280 or 270. I mean,
no, Pennsylvania puts him about 280. I'd have to look at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania alone puts him around 280. Don't we have like 20?
We have 20.
Elections? 20. All right. I'm thinking without those 3. If you take all 3 of those out, it puts him like a 260, 263. So you add 20, he's at 280, 283.
Okay,
Pennsylvania's the key. If he has Pennsylvania, she's sunk. It doesn't matter what they do.
Pennsylvania's 20, Wisconsin's 10, and Michigan, as soon as I can find it in this list here, 16.
And I don't know what his final tally was. I don't remember it. So
that'd be 36.
49?
It'd be 46 altogether.
46?
Yeah, that would be the total amount that if all 3 of them got turned over.
And I think he was at 3. I don't remember this absolute total. 306, something like that.
According to Fox, he's at 290 and Clinton's at 232.
That's without Michigan.
Okay.
That was without Michigan.
Without Michigan?
And New Hampshire.
All right. But I think with you add Michigan in, that puts him at what? You said they're at 16? 306. All right. So if you even take out the 16 and you take out the 10 for Wisconsin, he's still. I mean, with Pennsylvania, he's over the limit. I mean, he's over the top. He's at 86. So it's pretty much if Pennsylvania doesn't go into this, if the court doesn't put it back into play, it's over. They can do whatever they want in Michigan and Wisconsin. It's unimportant.
Okay, I found an interactive map here. Hold on, I can screen share this. Okay, so there's the map right now. And if we change Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, that gives Clinton 278. If she doesn't take Michigan, she's toast. If she doesn't, she takes Wisconsin. Hold on. She still can't win.
Yeah.
She would have to take all three.
Yeah, she has to take all three. Trump only needs to hold Pennsylvania.
He would only need to hold. If he holds Pennsylvania, but loses Michigan and Wisconsin, he's still over.
Right. Yeah.
As long as he holds on to one of the states, like Michigan, he's still over.
Right. That's why this whole thing with Jill Stein's important, because if the federal court does side with her, it will cause a problem. That's the whole deal with this. That's the only reason I've been kind of following it all day and posting so much about it, is because it really does make a difference what Pennsylvania does. And then whether the federal court jumps on board with this whole thing. And we know how they are. I mean, you know, they overturn everyone's constitutions all over the country, Louisiana, everyone with their with gay marriage. So who knows what's going to happen here. So this whole Jill Stein thing could actually still cause a big issue.
Well, in my opinion, it just shows the bigger reason why we all need to secede and be done with it. But I'm a secessionist here, so.
Well, hey, I mean, we're all probably members of the secession group here, I think. So, I think you're in pretty good company as far as that goes.
That'd be nice. Welcome to the group.
We had someone else join us here. I'm not sure who. Hey, Rory, welcome. And who else we got here? Oh, hey, that's me. How about that? I was just going through all the pictures there, trying to see who was here. Oh. So anyway, that was it for Jill Stein as far as I was concerned. I just wanted to just kind of touch base on that when this whole federal. She's going to sue in federal court now. We'll see where this all goes. But again, I think Mark covered it pretty well in his show, and I think Mike did too. This really has nothing to do with anything other than they're trying to delegitimize Trump. It's going to go to if they win this court case, it's going to go to the House and the Senate. They're going to vote for Trump. He's going to be president anyway. They're just trying to make him look bad and make it look like he's not a legitimate president. That's all this is. It's just politics. It's political theater.
Yeah, they're trying to get it so that the states can't get their electors counted by the 19th. And by not getting counted by the 19th, then nobody can get to 270, then Congress picks the president.
Correct. That's all this is. This is just, again, it's typical Washington. I don't know how many times I've talked to my congressmen and said, listen, just stop with the political theater, because that's what 90% of what they do is. It's political theater. They put on a nice show for us little people. Yeah, look at what we're doing. Hey, you know, vote for us.
I still have to say, I like what the state, what do you call it, the Secretary of State in Pennsylvania told him, that there was no, how they say that, there was no previous jurisdiction given to the courts over elections, that the state courts really didn't have a say in the matter.
The state courts didn't?
That's what he was saying. It was something along the lines of, it hasn't ever been there's no precedence. That's what the word is. That the courts have ever the courts in PA have ever said yes or no on an election. It's always come down to, once it was certified by the Secretary of State, that was it.
That's what actually, the other day when this all first came up, that's what I said on one of the posts, and I think the Elite Room, I was like, listen, I mean, it's been certified. It can't be overturned now. It's been certified. And so obviously that's what the Attorney General of Pennsylvania said too, is that it's been certified. I didn't believe that there was any recourse after that. I did Google the PA election laws today, and I did go through it a bit. There are some very strange things about voter instigated recounts, and it's really, really vague. But I believe the deadline was, I know the deadline was November 21st. She filed after November 21st. I don't see how there's any standing anymore. It was too late. So even if there was,
did Michigan tell her the same thing?
I thought that she missed the deadline there too. Actually, no. I thought they'd certified theirs already, and that was the second one. I said I'm pretty sure they certified it, so she has no standing there as well. So I don't know where this is going.
If I understood, Michigan was saying that without any proof, she was on her own. That they weren't going to do anything.
Could be. Yep. But I was looking at, like I said, I looked at a few different articles. Yeah, it really came down to money too. I mean, she needed $1 million, and she didn't even have anywhere near that. No one was giving her any. Everyone stopped giving her money because everyone kind of figured out that she was just using the money for herself. It's going into her war chest for next time she runs. That's all she's doing this for. She's banked more money since the election with this whole recount thing than she did for her whole entire presidential campaign. She only raised a couple $1 million, but she's raised like $7 million for this recount, and it's all about money for her, and everyone's kind of figured it out. And so her money's dried up. She doesn't have the money for the bond for the recount in Pennsylvania, and the court just said no money for the bond. Miss the deadline. See you later. You're done.
Yeah, I think the court should have told her she was done before they said she needed the bond.
Yeah,
I really didn't have standing.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm just going off news reports that I read today. Like I said, I posted probably 4 or 5 different reports today, and 3 of them were probably different. All 4 were probably different than the other one because it was just fluid all day long. 1 minute she was done, she wasn't going any further. Then the next thing you know, she was going to federal court. So all day long, it's just been changing. It's been really fluid.
So is there anything else?
I don't have any. I wanted to talk to you about the Jill Stein thing and a little bit about that stuff going on in Europe. I don't know if anyone else has anything else they want to chime in with or offer as tonight. I mean, we have a few different people in with us. We have 2 Tonys. We have Tony from Virginia and Tony from PA, and then we have Rory in here. So we have a few different folks in with us. I don't know if anyone else has any other issues that they've seen in the news that they want to pop in with.
I guess not.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I just did. I think you just lost my picture again. So Who knows? Maybe that's a good omen. Maybe that means it's time to go. Oh, there I am. I think I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. There I am. So I don't know. But on the phone here, I've done that about 5 or 6 times tonight. I've cut myself off, and probably everyone's saying, "Hey, you know, the good news is I think I got you now, Daniel."
Well, that works.
All right. Well, I really have nothing else to add, unless you have something else you want to talk about.
No, we can look at doing this again next week, either Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday next week because we got the gun
probably
show.
Saturday good because Sunday we have that. Anyone that's in the PA area, Daniel and I will be at the Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg from 9 a.m. to about noon. It's the Gun and Knife Show, and for the guys that are preppers that are in the area, it's a prepping show too. They have a lot of. They have some guys that do MREs. I was telling Daniel, there's a guy that has these jerry cans that are from over our military surplus, and I have a friend that was there, and he said, "Man, those are the best jerry cans in the world. You can't hardly destroy the things. The only thing you can do is put bullet holes in them." He said, "You can run them over with a truck, and they won't. You just bend them right back out, and there's nothing wrong with them." But there's all kind of prepper stuff, a lot of firearms. They sell about a bunch of 80% stuff. It's a good time. We'll have a good time. And then afterwards, we're going to the Appalachian Brewing Company having lunch. So if you like a microbrew beer, come out and join us for a drink and for lunch, and we'll have a good time that afternoon.
Remind me, Jeff, when we meet up, I can get you the link to Coleman's. They do a lot of that Army surplus stuff. They're based right out of here in PA, about 30 minutes from my house.
Okay. Yeah. And probably sometime I'll get back on here. We'll let people know. I think we're going to, a friend and I from up here, we'll probably make a Trops run, go down to Trops and shoot some full auto stuff. It's a lot of fun going down there and making a lot of noise, waste a lot of ammo. You know, it's just fun.
It gets expensive, though.
Yeah, you know, that's what we work for. Make money so we can go shoot it away.
I wish my wife believed that way.
Yeah. Oh, and then hey, one other thing I'll just pass on. Up here in near Towanda, Pennsylvania, next spring, it'll be in June. It's the Stone Mountain Machine Gun Shoot. They'll have they have silencers, all kinds of stuff. You want to buy silencers? That you can come up here. Man, they got all kinds of stuff. Just get your ticket, come up here and buy them. Silencer Co. They have all the silencer brands here. They have all kinds of full auto stuff to shoot. It's a lot of fun. They'll have a Barrett 50 cal. They'll take you up. They have a 1,000-yard range. They'll take you up there. It's a great weekend. It's a Saturday, Sunday. I'll get back later and let everyone know the dates for the Stone Mountain Machine Gun Shoot. You can, in fact, you can Google that and you can get a lot of the information on there.
Probably. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yep. Oh, it's a good weekend.
All right.
Well, thank you, Daniel.
Do what?
I said thank you, Daniel, for hosting tonight.
No worries there. I think you did most of the talking.
Well, you know, I already told you I'd blather. You know, we were talking to Mark about the other day that I could blather just as well as anyone.
Oh, well, hopefully we can get Suzanne on here at some point.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, we need to get a female voice in here. You know, because you know, I think. Well, see, everyone's leaving. They're tired of hearing me blather. So, you know, we talked about a name for the show. Remember we talked about this show a while back, and it was going to be You're the Renegade, and I'm the Rambler. So there you go. I rambled for about 45 minutes. The Renegade Rambler. All right.
All right. I'll have to trademark that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again, Daniel. And hey, thanks for everyone that came and hang out for a while. You know, I'm glad you guys hung out and listened to me blather, and Dan feed me lob up those softballs for me to hit out of here. I don't think I hit anything out of the park, but I had a good time doing it.
Yeah, I'll come up with a list for next week.
Yeah,
that way we can topic after topic. We'll talk all week about it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to I'll do some research during the week. I'll look for some topics I want to talk about, and I'll shoot them off to you, and you can shoot me some of the ones you want to talk about. Next week, we'll get you to do a little talking. Because I'm getting a little dry here, so, next week we'll get you to do more of the talking.
I don't talk, my friend. I rant.
Well, hey, I didn't rant tonight. I did pretty good. And if anyone up here knows me, knows that I didn't rant, that was a pretty good night.
Yeah, you actually kept calm. There was no nuke bombs going off, no smoke
Yeah,
out
I
the
didn't
ears.
turn
We were
red.
good.
My ears didn't turn red. I didn't have blood coming out of my eyes or anything. It was actually a good night.
Oh, we didn't have to get the duct tape out?
No duct tape tonight.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm going to end the show here.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Broadcasting. All right, that was the date. That would help if I didn't lose my train of thought. Okay, that was Renegade and the Rambler, as we have decided now. And this was
the Renegade Rambler. We don't have to have an end here. The Renegade Rambler.
Renegade Rambler, and this was the show for December 4th, 2016. We hope to see you all next week. I'll post the date and the time as soon as I realize what my work schedule is.
Well,
so until then,
easy. Mine's pretty easy. I have the same hours. Every week.
Yeah, well, mine change on a weekly basis. Regrettably.
Tony, thanks for hanging with us to the bitter end. And thank you, Daniel, for a good show.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week.
You betcha.